Hi everybody, I hope you and yours are well. This week's Torah portion we begin Chumash Devarim, the book of Deuteronomy, and the first portion is Parashat Devarim, the portion of Devarim. And this Shabbos has a special name, it's called Shabbat Chazon because of the name of the opening words in the Haftarah, the reading from the book of prophets, because it is the Shabbos before Tisha B'Av, the ninth day of Av, the day of national mourning. The word Devarim means words, and the parsha begins, Eila Hadvarim, these are the words that Moshe spoke to the entirety of the Jewish people. And words have tremendous potency. There's potency for the negative, unfortunately. Bullying, putting down, Lashon Hara, speaking ill about somebody, even if it's true. Rechila, speaking bad about somebody, gossiping, even if it's not true. It's even worse. Divisive words. Words that hurt. During this period of time, we really have to work on those, to avoid those, because the second temple was destroyed because of unwarranted hatred. And words have tremendous potency, and have potency for the positive, words of Torah, words of prayer. Acknowledging somebody, saying hello, thank you. There's a terrible story about a coroner in San Francisco, who many times after, unfortunately, people would jump off the Golden Gate Bridge to commit suicide, they'd come to the house and they'd find a note. And this particular coroner was shaken by the note that he found. If only one person would say hello to me or good evening, I won't jump. And unfortunately that didn't happen. So the power of saying something to somebody, acknowledging another person is so important. How about if we're building somebody up, we're complimenting them, encouraging them? That's very important. Also, words of peace and the words to say, I'm sorry. Are we big enough to be able to make ourselves a little bit smaller to make peace and to apologize? Again, I'll repeat that. Are we big enough to be able to make ourselves a little bit smaller, a little bit more humble, to be able to say, I'm sorry, and try to make peace? Also, words of encouragement for ourselves. Don't say, I can't do it. Say, I can. Try. What about rebuking or chastising somebody? Is that positive or negative? Well, the most important thing is, how is it done? Is the person who's doing the chastising, does he care deeply? And is he not embarrassing you in public? Then that could be a very positive thing. Today people want to feel comfortable and safe. They don't like criticism. But that's what Moshe does in this week's portion. He criticizes the Jewish people of the past mistakes. And this is very important. Can we get a little bit out of that comfort? American students are great. They have the highest self-esteem but the lowest scores compared to other nations. But they feel very good about themselves. But constructive criticism helps us grow, and that's really important. We want to be growing people. And the question we have to ask ourselves, do we have somebody who we know cares about us and who will be honest with us to tell us not what we want to hear, but what we need to hear to become better? If we don't have one, we should find one. The great Hasidic master, the Sfas Emes, was when he was a little boy, stayed up one night learning all night long, studying Torah with a partner of his, and went to sleep and woke up late. His grandfather, the great Chidush Shirim, woke him up and said, what's going on here? Why are you sleeping late? Why did you get up early to study? And he didn't say anything. And when he was asked later, why didn't you say something? He says, I wanted to be chastised by my great-grandfather. That'll help improve me. I'll become a better person. I'll know the importance of getting up early to study Torah. So we need to be open enough and big enough to be able to find somebody who can honestly critique us so that we can become the best that we can be. And avoid, like the cartoon says here, most people like to be on the line of the comforting lies. But when it comes to the unpleasant truth, they don't want to hear. But that's not what the Torah teaches us. The Torah teaches us the comforting lies are not going to get us anywhere. It's when things are a little bit more challenging and someone's honestly looking out for what's best for us, not just to make us feel good, but to make us think about how I could become better. May we each find somebody who we can have that lesson to learn how to be better. And may we all become better and be the best that we can be, so that the world can be the best that we can be. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Again, comments and thoughts are always welcome. Have a great Shabbos. Take care.